Following up here, we're looking at, we knew we were inviting, it actually turned out to be about 24 media. It was 12 to the first, it was 12 to the second. So understanding that, again, this product was available and interesting to a lot of people. We also did a broader media outreach. But one of the things that we did when we came back that I'd encourage you to do is follow them, watch the posts, see the comments going back and forth, and if there's an opportunity and an appropriate opportunity to get in and be part of the conversation or have your client be part of the conversation, take advantage of that. But one of the things also is, if you've provided the media or the blogger who's out at your event with the kind of experience that they've experienced your product, they understand your messages, they've lived it, they're going to do that for you.
Yeah, again, you think about, these are just comments and these are just things posted on the blog. If you're thinking about how you help sell this kind of approach to senior media who are not used to this, or senior leaders, senior executives who are not used to this kind of media, those comments, those things like, I got them, I tried them, I love them, I recommend them, that's your bridge from media to sales. That gets people not to just walk into the tire store, but to walk in and ask for your product by name. Those things move the needle. Now we're going to get to results here, and I'm going to jump ahead because we're running short on time. The big result is we sold 500,000 of these products faster than anything else we've done ever with the Eagle brand. So that gets people's attention. And that also gets us credibility to go ahead and do it again next time. And they became believers. So from the Goodyear client point of view, the sales number is the one that really resonated with the most number of people.
And not to pull Ed back and kind of go into this with my client sitting next to me, but I'm going to do it just a little bit. But to Ed's point, the feedback that those bloggers provided, the blog posts and the feedback from their community, was fantastic. I mean, being able to go to senior executives and say, here's the blog post. Here's a guy saying, I can't believe it. That's great. I never would have expected Goodyear to do it. I can't wait to get it. I'm going to go to the store. Are you sure? Did it really do this? The blogger coming back, absolutely. I was there. I tried it. It was great. 2 days later, I bought the tires. I tried them. They're great. And the dialogue kept going. That's the kind of direct correlation that we could go back to sales. Having these key bloggers act as endorsers for the product, but in their own way, they're putting it out there and discovering it. It just worked really, really well. And to Ed's point, the bottom line is, it came out to new media has become something that Goodyear now works into every one of their media launch events, whether it was the Wrangler MTR with Kevlar last fall, or it was the most recent one that we just did in May. So, key takeaways. I think we've kind of gone through this, but I'm hoping we'll answer some questions in advance here. How do you use that audience research, identify the most influential, relevant bloggers? Understand that target audience of yours. Look at the site metrics. There are free services out there, whether it's Quantcast or Compete.com. It tends to be the bigger blogs that are up there, but there are services out there. There are ways to find out if your demographics match up. Spend that time and dig deep in there, because it will save you some trouble. Because there are people that have communities that the blogger is good, the people who read that blog can be absolutely vicious. So watch that. How do you establish that trust-based relationship? The way that we decided to do it is we said, look, we're going to know who they are, we're going to know what they want, but we want to treat them with that respect and courtesy. It's PR 101, just as you would with everybody else.
It's the same as traditional media. You want to create an environment that makes it easy for you to tell your message, or create an environment that makes it easy for them to discover the message on their terms and make it relevant to them. So you would not set up an environment for a blog community that you would for the New York Times. It's a different animal, but the basic tenet is the same. Create an environment that makes it easy for them and you to do business.
Building on Ed's point, one of the other things that we did, while we did provide them with that social media press release that had those quotes pulled out, and again, I think it was in some of the previous presentations as well, it's that personal, the personal language. They're going to want to talk to an executive and get that quote for themselves. It may turn out to be minutely different than what you had written down, they're going to run with that one. They want to have that dialogue. They want to talk. So give them that opportunity. One of the things that we learned, it was particular on the automotive side, they're video heavy. And we were just trying to help them as much as possible, whether we were shooting stuff for them or helping them set up lipstick cams on the inside, outside, overall side of the car, and help speed things along, but be a resource to them as you would with any media. Everything needs to be electronic. Cookie cutter doesn't work, and the bottom line is just, as with any media, keep your word. If you say you're going to do something, if you say you're going to provide something, you know, if you don't have the answer there, I'll get back to you on it. So then that still works. But with them, you've got a shorter period of time. Turn it around and get back to them on it.
That's it.
Well, no, we got one more. Tactics for influencing the message creation, I think, is pretty much the standard things that we always do. Be concise, be consistent, you know. Have them experience what you want them to say was the other thing that we did. We wanted them to experience the brand as they knew Goodyear, but we wanted them to understand the technology, the innovation behind the brand, so we brought them to the designers. We wanted them to understand the durability, the testing, all the stuff that we brought through the product. So we took them to the testing labs and put the tires on the machines and had them run it. We had them try the product. You know, if at all possible, do that. And then reinforce those with all the materials that you provide them. Figuring out the correct mix of the digital versus traditional media, it breaks down to your target audience. It breaks down to the demographics, where your audience goes, and the objectives of the campaign. Is it that pass along? Is it having these people discover it on their own? Are you trying to create the buzz and the conversation going, or are you just trying to get the overall awareness? And then measurement. For Ed, sales. For everybody else, the impressions page views help a lot. And then the last thing, those comments and feedback helped so much in creating the desire to do it again.
Great.
Thanks.
I have time for one question. Anybody? Could you come up to the microphone? It's right there.
Just one question. Was there any advertising integrated with this particular campaign, or did it really run pretty much on its own as a standalone?
On its own. We did not, and that was frankly one reason that it made it easy for us to open the door to trying something new with this particular brand. Not only did the product fit the demographic we were trying to reach, but when we made it very clear we were not going to support it with advertising, and we were all fired up to do, we got this great idea we want to try, they said, please go to it. So there was no advertising support for this particular product, no.
Okay, guys, Joffrey and Ed, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.